Before I start, just look how beautiful my ship is. This is a really cool ship that you gain from completing a certain quest line. I'm not going to spoil anything, although the purple colour I added because purple is my favourite colour. Now, I have seen many reports and many tweets, many messages, many TikToks all about Starfield and that it's a loading screen cutscene simulator. Which is very bizarre because all games have loading screens and all games have cutscenes, so I don't know what's going on there. And there seems to be a massive divide between people on the exploration of the game. And this is just, I'm not going to edit this footage at all, for the most part. I may skip ahead a little bit whilst traversing, but like this is my ship, like you can recruit, I think I can recruit up to about 5 people for this vessel, and you can build relationships with those people, become friends and even lovers down the way, if you so choose. Now, this game gives you a hell of a lot of freedom. And no, like for example here, you just sit in the cockpit and then you choose to either exit the ship, get out of the cockpit, or take off. And taking off does this little cool animation where you just launch and then you go out of orbit, and then a little loading screen pops up for 2 seconds, and then bosh, you're straight back into the game again and you're playing. And then when you get out into outer space, and this is where people seem to be very, very oddly involved, is like if you wanted to, you could fly as close to that planet as it will allow you, and then you just choose your landing zone. You can land at points of interest, or you can just put an arrow and land anywhere you want. But look at all these places that you can go to. You can fly over to that planet over there. You can go and do all this stuff, but space is an empty vacuum. And what they've done here is just minimize the amount of time that you spend just flying through the void. And when you pull open your map here, and you've got all these places that you can go within this solar system alone, all these different moons, all these different planets, you know, obviously gas giants you can't land on, we all know that. And then you zoom out, and then you've got all the white ones are places I've been to, and all of the red ones are the places I haven't been to. And look at how many there are. Still, there are 100 star systems and an insane amount of content. And there's just, it blows my mind that people are claiming that there's nothing to do. You don't do everything via menus, and all I'm doing here is look, set to jump to that star system, boom, gone. I've put all my little giblets from the lower bottom left of my screen into my grav drive, and then I'm away. There's a little cutscene there where you're just zipping through, but when you're playing Elite Dangerous, for example, you just sit there and wait for real time whilst you're zipping through the universe. You're not doing anything, you're probably just looking at your phone. So come on, don't act like it's a massive thing they're taking away from you just by doing that. And here again, look, I'm flying around, and you can do so much more when you're flying around in your ship. You can partake in battles, you can go and find relays, you can board other people, you can find certain points of interest, derelict ships. I'm not going to spoil too much. There's also some casinos and some luxury ships that you can go to and partay if you so choose. But here, look, for example, Venus has just one point of interest, which is that autonomous gizmo, and I'm going to go there. So I'm going to travel to Venus, and there you go, let's see. It just takes me to Venus, because otherwise I'd just spend God knows how long in real life waiting to get to Venus. That, for me personally, is boring. And here we go, I've arrived just outside, and oh look, there are some ships. There's a satellite beacon, which I could probably get involved with and learn some stuff, but there are enemy ships, so I'll go take them on. Why not, you know? Do a bit of space combat. And I like the space combat. Of course, it's not as involved as a lot of other games, which is more specifically space combat, but it is really good for what it is. And when you take into consideration everything that's within Starfield, it's damn good, you know? Not everything has to be 10 out of 10, top tier, oh my god, this game has everything in it. No game is going to have everything. But, I mean, you know, you can bank really well. I've got some really powerful weaponry on my ship. Not too powerful. I'm only level 23, I think. No, 26, I think I am, sorry. I got the achievement for reaching level 25, so I'm definitely over that. And when you destroy the ships, you can claim the salvage, which is, you know, again, pretty cool. Ship parts, which are essential for repairs, and other bits that you can use within crafting and stuff. Or you can use like a VAT system to target specific sections of a ship and then just obliterate it. I normally don't think to do that until I've got the ship pretty much nearly destroyed, and then by that point I can't board them by just destroying their engines because I've already gone to town on them. But there you go, you see that? And then you can just look around and then look, there's salvage. You just fly and go and get that. Look, that's like so many meters I've just traversed there and crashed right through it because my driving is terrible. Don't at me, alright? I'm not a professional driver, okay? I'm just an old man that plays video games. And you can just collect all the stuff, fly around these asteroid fields. The game looks very, very good. It obviously looks better than Fallout 4 and Skyrim. And I have no doubt that Starfield is going to be played and loved throughout. And here you go. We can we can go and wander around our starship and talk to our crew, mooch around, craft items, upgrade weapons, do whatever it is that you want to do, and you have freedom. You can explore. I don't know where people are getting confused and stating there is no space exploration. What are you talking about? The only things in space worth exploring are the planets and the moons. There's nothing in between those, really. There are some weird storms that you can be involved with in Starfield, which I'm not going to spoil, but apart from that, it's just the planets. And then when you land on a planet, some people say, oh yeah, you can land on a planet and sometimes there's nothing there. It's like, well, no, good job, genius. Humans haven't colonized every single inch of every single planet and moon out there. There's going to be barren wastelands. There's going to be wildlife, and there's going to be some standard geology to the place that you'll probably need to survey and whatnot. But apart from that, and of course not, there's not going to be points of interest in every single nook and cranny of the game. That is just insanity. Now I've just span on a little bit, just getting back into the cockpit, and here we go. So now I'm going to go back down to Venus and go to the only point of interest, which is this factory, this abandoned factory. So we'll go down there. Oh look, I clicked on it. Oh no, another few second loading screen. Oh, actually I'm level 22. I'm recording this footage. Well, I'm over level 25 now. Okay, but there you go, little cutscene where you just land, and then you get to choose whether to just exit your cockpit, and you can mooch around and prepare to exit your ship, or you can just go straight out and exit the ship, or take off again. You choose. Again, oh look, that was a super long loading screen. Oh, I wish we had loading screens that, that fast back in the day. Jesus, people complaining about that, why the hell? And here you go, I'm not being prompted to do anything here, I'm just going to go and mooch around. There's these robots which are clearly glitching through the floor. But I don't mind. It's going to get patched. The game's negatives are in the literally less than you can count on your hand, and all the positives of this game are just insane. I cannot explain to you in this video without it being about 47 years long the sheer amount of content in this game, all the different quest lines that you can do, all the different factions that you can join and do full-on faction quests, plus quests that never end, that always keep replenishing and randomize, involving piracy, involving hijacking, involving assassinations, involving, and yes, I just combat slid there, that's actually something you can unlock, which is pretty cool. I don't know why I tried to melee kill a robot, but there you go, I'm not a combat expert. I don't ever claim to be like super duper awesome at any games. I just play them for fun. But you can do so much. I spent a lot of time being basically a space cowboy and completed that entire quest line just because I wanted to, and it was actually really cool, involving me to take part in all different manner of quests and just objectives to do. It was very varied, and when you're just wandering around the towns and cities and outposts and whatever, you just overhear things and then boom, you get given another quest. I found just a little data pad which gave me information to a hidden base somewhere out in space. Gave me the location of it, of course, and then I could go out and I could find it, but it was all optional. And doing some quests, you can be good, you can be bad, you can be in between. Your comrades, the people you take out in the field with you, will like or dislike certain things you do, thus building or degrading the relationship you have with them. You can build ships from scratch, you can upgrade ships you currently have, naming them, colours, all the different minutiae parts. I can't do that, I'm not very savvy with that kind of stuff. All the weapons look really awesome, and you can unlock upgrades to them. When you're leveling up, there is so many decent things to unlock with skill points that the game is huge and does deserve, in my opinion, love, not hatred. It's doing everything right. Bethesda have put their heart and soul into this game. No, it's not perfect, but when you grasp how large this game actually is, you can see why, of course, they may have missed some things. This is, to me, exactly how my experience and when Skyrim launched. Skyrim launched, and people probably had issues with that. I did have an issue with the Golden Claw towards the beginning of the game where it wouldn't work on the door and I had to restart. But again, with Skyrim, all of the positives outweigh the negatives. But this game looks good, it plays good, there is an absolute wealth of content, and for the extreme most part, the game works relatively, well, not relatively, quite a lot bug-free. There, like I said, you saw a little robot glitch through the floor. Apart from that, what else has happened? I mean, come on, has there been anything game-breaking or something that would destroy your experience? I don't think there has been. This game is fantastic, and one that I do hope people just don't get into the gatekeeping hate where people just go online, and I've seen it. I've seen people in the comments, and I'm guessing they're young, and they're just going, game looks like trash, just play No Man's Sky. I have No Man's Sky, I've made videos on No Man's Sky, I really like No Man's Sky, but No Man's Sky is more of a survival building, like massive emphasis on mining everything, and that game does also have restrictions. You can't mine through the planet. You can only go so far down and it stops you. I've tried. But if you want super duper unlimited freedom, play No Man's Sky. If you want near unlimited freedom and amazing story, fully voice acted with actually decent voice acting and just quest lines that have meaning and characters that are awesome, and you also get special abilities in this game. I'm not going to spoil who, what, why, when, or where, but you do. And just all the different experiences that you can have with this game. I mean, it's definitely for me. It might not be for you, but I do hope you give it a go. But thank you very much for watching the video, and please give Starfield a try. And let me know in the comments down below if it's a game you're going to be trying out, or if this is a game that you've looked at it and you just don't trust it, or it's just not for you. But thanks again.